Now what is this show? Ah yes, the Trews. Welcome to the Trews, where I talk to yous lovely Trewsers. There's over 1 million of you. You can't all be wrong, can you? Let's talk about me being the fourth most influential thinker like Josh N wants to. Russell, what is your IQ actually? I'm quite interested to know. Even if the IQ test is not the most reliable or relevant gauge of intelligence out there, I know it seems a little inane, but if your IQ is high, more people might start listening to what you have to say. Yeah, we're in Morocco by an airport. My IQ is sky high. It's actually over 9. Chris Bumhead, for example, I find that amusing. I can feel a real shift coming. Don't be called Chris Bumhead if you want me to take your shift observation seriously. People have been saying it for a while now to me, but I've only felt it recently. I think it will be slow and long, but it's coming. The Terry Wogans of the world are going to wonder what hit them. The Terry Wogans.
The press claim that you claim to be the Son of God.
Well, there's Terry. I mean, push Michael Aspel and Parky, then that's it. Because what they were cynical famously in the interview with David Icke, where David Icke talked about bleak prophecies. Certainly, more and more, I see the necessity for an entirely new way of approaching the way we organise society. With the leadership debates that there were recently, you can see that it's really just a media event, the surge of support and interest in Nicola Sturgeon, just like, oh, she was the one that was good on television, and then the Daily Mail does a condemnatory article about her, and Nigel Farage says something unforgivable and unacceptable about HIV, and we're all just sort of like, oh. You know, like if you know people, as I do with HIV, you just think, don't create a category that condemns people with HIV or people that are from another place. It's not helpful. And then Ed Miliband failing to speak up at the time, only writing a tweet about it afterwards. But the whole thing is a spectacle, and like, you know, we were starting to come together with, well, what kind of policies would we like to see? And there's loads of different ways of taxing high earners, different ways of taxing wealth, transactional taxes in the city, corporation taxes, and the closure of corporate tax loopholes. But really, none of that's going to be enough. We're talking about a global shift in consciousness, like Chris Bumhead here. We're talking about an entirely different way of looking at the world. We've got to look beyond ideas like the nation state, the old categories of left and right wing, the way we relate to one another religiously, the way we relate to one another sexually, I mean both through physical sexual conduct and as genders. I mean, there's so much to consider. So in a way, Chris Bumhead is right. A real shift is coming, but I don't think Terry Wogan's particularly going to suffer. Now some of you want to talk about Bowe Bergdahl.
Yes, he wasn't really leaving his post at all, says his defence.
That's like Greg Gutfield, a bloke that works at Fox News in the media in New York City, got the nerve to criticise someone who's on a battlefield. Hey! Never leave your post. Under no circumstances do I leave my post here at Fox. I sit here and lie all day long. It doesn't matter. Maybe I fancy a donut. I sit here. Maybe I fancy jerking off in the toilets. I sit here. Maybe Rupert Murdoch will walk by and I can tickle his ball bags to get a raise. But I never leave my post, and neither should you. Alex Black, a friend of the show and a regular Trewser, I'd like to say. Kill someone on behalf of an individual, you're a hitman and go to jail. Kill someone on behalf of a government, you're a soldier and you get a shiny medal. Fighting for your country really means fighting to protect, stroke enforce the interests of the property-owning class who rule the government. Alex Black there, often his content requires no further addition. It's interesting being in a Muslim country working on an American film, which is what I'm doing at the moment, when you see the kind of the imposition of our cultural values into a Muslim nation, like we have to sort of protect it with security. And I'm, as you can imagine, as the world's fourth best thinker and well-known Jesus impressionist, I'm really sort of making a lot of effort to be friendly to people and sort of go, oh, no, please don't, I don't want to be seen as like, because I don't like it in general when you're making a film and we go, hey, we're making a film. Yeah, well, we're in reality. Surely that's a bit more of a stop your real car. We have a pretend car going by with some people pretending in it. So, like, it's particularly pronounced when the movie is such a powerful cultural artifact of the West and we're in a Muslim country. Milo Nichols. Bats do have eyes. Yes, because I said at the beginning of the episode that they don't, and you're quite right.
A bat could see this coming.
What? I mean, bats don't have eyes. Sometimes when I'm doing the Trews, I say things and I think, oh, bollocks, that's not true. I don't think the show's called the Trews, but you know what I meant. I know bats have eyes, but, you know, I mean, they're not always looking around for their keys or anything, are they? They use bop, bop, sonic boom, which I believe works how I just demonstrated, bop, 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 like a Wi-Fi signal. You know, when you see Wi-Fi, we have Wi-Fi here. Woot, woot, woot. That's how a bat's ears work, or eyes, or whatever the hell it is bats do. I don't claim to be. And if I ever come on here and gone, hello, I'm Russell Brand, and if you need to know about bats, you're in the right place. What do you want to know about them? What they eat, the way they breed, why their wings are so frightening, and how you wouldn't like to get it tangled in your hair? I'm your fella. Vic Graves. You criticise Fox for condemning soldiers' service on the battlefield, yet the entirety of this video is created to do just that. Another Brand contradiction. Bell end. I'm not condemning soldiers on the battlefield. I think it's really, really brave. I would never condemn anyone that's prepared to put their life on the line. I think it's cool, if anything. But what I'm pointing out, mate, is that you can't simplify the argument to that. Hey, no, them soldiers have made a choice to sign up. Well, is it possible the soldiers haven't been given all the information when recruitment drive teams turn up at schools and colleges and hanging out in malls, getting people to sign up to the army? You know, is it possible that they bend the truth a little bit to get people to give up their lives? You know, the statistics don't lie, mate, about the number of people that are homeless. Deal with that. Deal with that truth. Those, you know, so if what you're saying is right, that's, you know, we've got to support our troops, we've got to unquestioningly and unthinkingly support the military, then why don't the people that are asking that of us do it themselves? Jim Wookreed. If you spend 5 years with your captors listening to what they tell you, they're going to be able to manipulate what you think, I guess you're saying. I don't know what it's called, but there's a thing where you will adapt a special bomb your captors. You're referring to Stockholm Syndrome there, mate, like where if you get kidnapped, you might start going, I bloody well like these people, they're alright, aren't they? He brings me a ham sandwich every day at 5. He's good as gold. The kicks are starting to hurt a bit less. This radiator's quite warm. You know, so yeah, that's Stockholm Syndrome. But I don't think that that's what's happening here. I think what's happening is that guy, Bowe. Well, look at the email that he wrote prior to the capture. He's like, this is bollocks, this war I'm involved with, or this conflict, or this situation that I'm involved with. We're lying, we're not telling the truth, we're treating indigenous people disrespectfully. It's nonsense. So in a way, what you're saying, mate, about Stockholm Syndrome, we're all suffering Stockholm Syndrome because we've been captured by an idea, consumerism, capitalism, individualism, call it what you want. We identify with our captors. We identify with our governments and with the corporations that back them. We sort of think, no, these guys are trying their best, thank you, but we are their prisoners. So in a way, Jim Wookreed, with your mad letter to me, you've helped me get to an interesting point. I thank you for that. Dino Neritjak. Russell, can you do a piece on the Bilderbergers? I think it's where you could make a teddy bear and you could make a penguin. What? Sorry? That's Build-A-Bear.
Build-A-Bear Workshop, the most fun you'll ever make.
I'm everywhere, says. I'm not even Muslim, but I've noticed how some, for those not articulate enough to interpret what I meant the first time round, viewers of Russell love to discriminate against Islam, making every chance to associate them and terrorism. However, these are the same people claiming the English government are innocent. Here's some statistics for you. Muslims are discriminated against at multiple levels, and here's some information on it. Unemployment rates for Muslims are higher than those for people from any other religion, for both men and women. 8% of British Muslims have experienced discrimination. Islamophobic attacks are rising dramatically. Figures for February 2015 show a 211% increase compared to February 14th. 1 in 4 young people in Britain distrust Muslims and think the country would be better off without them. Oh, that's not good, is it? 44% said they believe Muslims did not share the same values as the rest of the population, while 28% said they felt Britain would be better off with fewer Muslims. Oh no. Propaganda works, I guess. Oh, we've really got our work cut out here. Look. The simple truth is this: we have to find ways of bonding together with ordinary people, accepting and loving one another, and looking for similarities and ways to make contact, not ways to judge and perjure. There probably will be always some degree of distinction, but it's beautiful that there's cultural distinction. I'm now in a Muslim country, everyone's friendly as hell, having nice chats with people, having a proper laugh, eating nice food. You know, and I think that a lot of the antagonism comes because of an acquisitive attitude from the West, of like, we're going to have these resources, we're going to dominate that area, you know, and I think that trickles down, affects domestic Muslim populations, it affects people all around the world, creates tension.
We are very sorry what people show. All the things we see in our TV, it's not true about Muslims. We know each other and we love each other.
Marcelo Maraduena. Good news, smiley face. CNN and Fox News will go out of business soon enough if we stop watching. Watching alternative news channels on the internet like Russell here are excellent for accomplishing that goal. Thank you, yes, do watch me. I will struggle with the weather. Here in Morocco, it's nice. In England, I've heard it's nice at the moment. Driving, do be careful. Other news, you know it's mostly not true, and it's the agenda of the powerful. Look up stuff yourself and try and remain in love. That's some true news. Subscribe here.
Nose is a tool that is abused to fool you and to leave you scared and confused. Trews is like the nose. If the nose was true, I want some trews. Let's have some trews.